In the golden heat of a small desert town nestled between dunes and date palms lived a young boy named Hamza. His father owned a modest stall in the marketplace where they sold the finest dates in the region, soft, sweet, and glistening like amber in the sun. Every morning before dawn, Hamza would accompany his father to the market. His father, Yusuf, was known not just for his dates, but for something far more valuable, his honesty. "Remember, my son," Yusuf would say as he arranged the dates neatly into baskets, "Allah sees all things, even what people try to hide." One day, Yusuf fell ill and could not go to the market. For the first time, Hamza was left in charge of the stall. "You are ready," his father said gently. "Just remember, honesty is your greatest wealth." Hamza nodded, though his heart fluttered with nervous excitement. The marketplace buzzed with life. Merchants called out their prices, children laughed, and the scent of spices filled the air. Hamza stood tall behind the stall, greeting customers just as his father would. At first, everything went smoothly. Then, a wealthy traveler approached. He wore fine robes and carried a pouch heavy with coins. "I'll take a large basket," the man said, pointing to the best-looking dates. Hamza carefully filled the basket, but as he did, he noticed something troubling. At the bottom of the pile, some dates were slightly dry, not spoiled, but not as perfect as the ones on top. He hesitated. "If I say nothing," he thought, "he may never notice, and I will earn more money." The coins in the man's pouch clinked loudly, tempting him. But then he remembered his father's words and something even greater, the teachings of the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, who said, "The truthful and trustworthy merchant will be with the prophets, the truthful, and the martyrs." Tirmidhi. Hamza took a deep breath. "Sir," he said, his voice steady but humble, "I must tell you something. Most of these dates are of the highest quality, but a few at the bottom are slightly dry. I can replace them if you wish." The man raised an eyebrow, surprised. "You would tell me this, even if I might not have noticed?" Hamza nodded. "Yes, because Allah always notices." The man smiled, slowly at first, then warmly. "My boy, in all my travels I have rarely met someone so honest." He paused, then added, "Give me 2 baskets." Hamza blinked in surprise. "2?" "Yes," the man said, placing a generous handful of coins on the table. "One for the dates, and one for your honesty." That evening, Hamza returned home and told his father everything. Yusuf listened quietly, pride shining in his eyes. "You see, my son," he said, placing a hand on Hamza's shoulder, "honesty may seem costly in the moment, but in the end, it always brings barakah, blessing." From that day on, Hamza became known throughout the marketplace, not just as the date seller's son, but Hamza the Honest. And as the years passed, his small stall grew into one of the most trusted businesses in the region. But no matter how successful he became, Hamza never forgot the lesson he learned that day. Honesty is not just the best policy, it is a path that leads to the pleasure of Allah and the respect of people.